Albinism is a rare genetic condition, inherited from both the mother and the father. Even if neither parent has albinism themselves, it occurs in men and women from all backgrounds, all over the world. Albinism is characterized by little or no pigmentation in the skin, hair, or eyes. This means that we're very sensitive to light and that we have no natural protection from sunburns. Nearly everybody with albinism is visually impaired. Most are legally blind. In North America and Europe, 1 in every 20,000 people has albinism. It's a little more common in Tanzania and throughout East Africa, where 1 in 2,000 have the condition. The term albino carries the sting of an insult, hurled at us as children and sometimes still as adults. It has a bit of a medical textbook feel to it. We prefer the term person with albinism. It puts the person first, ahead of the condition. In East Africa, skin cancer is an epidemic for people with albinism. Only 1 in 10 may see age 30. Less than 2% will celebrate their 40th birthday. But this tragedy is entirely preventable. With a little knowledge and a few simple resources, someone with albinism could live as long as any other Tanzanian. All that's needed is a wide-brimmed hat, long sleeves, pants, and sunscreen for everywhere else. But lives will continue to be cut short if we cannot address 2 problems. First, people with albinism in this region and their families don't know how to protect our vulnerable skin. Second, sunscreen is virtually impossible to get in Tanzania. What little can be found is far too costly. Under the Same Sun is helping to change all this. We're a non-government organization committed to improving the lives of people with albinism in Tanzania through education and advocacy. We offer sunscreen and dermatology clinics to hundreds of children. These kids are part of our Education Scholarship Fund. They live in schools that are often far from their homes. The distance and the stigma of albinism mean that these little ones have no support from their families. This leaves the schools and, Under the Same Sun, responsible for their health and well-being. We show children how to apply and use sunscreen. Each is given a 3-month supply. They receive an individual skin exam from a dermatologist who keeps a sharp eye out for any pre-cancer symptoms. Ongoing visits are part of promoting health and well-being. But education can only go so far if there's no actual sunscreen. And in East Africa, there's almost none. Sunscreen is difficult to import. It degrades, languishing past its expiry date at customs or overheating on docks and in warehouses. So an amazing team in Tanzania came up with an unlikely solution. Make it locally. In 2010, a local sunscreen production unit was established at the Regional Dermatology Training Center on the sprawling campus of Kilimanjaro Christian Medical Center. It was here, in the shadow of Kilimanjaro, that Mafalda Soto, a pharmacist from Spain, set to work. In a donated shipping container, Soto worked with hand mixers and kitchen blenders to formulate a sunscreen suited to the needs of Tanzania's albinism community. Her sunscreen is saving lives as we speak. Just across the compound, in a small tailoring plant, a group of women with albinism make wide-brimmed hats. But this fledgling operation can only produce so much sunscreen, and the need is in the tens of thousands. This is where Under the Same Sun came in. We are helping to scale up sunscreen production. Now this project supplies sunscreen to 2,000 people with albinism for pennies on the dollar. The German chemical company BASF pledged a ton of raw materials to help produce yet more sunscreen. Under the Same Sun wants to help this local sunscreen production unit to serve even more Tanzanians with albinism and to save many more lives. And this is where you can make a difference. Under the Same Sun is looking for partners to help fund the ongoing costs of this life-saving initiative. Thank you.